Good evening, Speed Gaming fans. Tonight we have got an amazing match for you between Dwight and MeleeWizard in the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship Series. And what are these flags tonight? Well, we honestly don't know. So many of them are set to random that it could be just about anything. I'm joined tonight in the commentary booth by Magius.
Hey, Dr. Funkin, this will be fun. We get to see some good old extended progressions. Have ship access to Lubricant Desert. They'll have Mage's Tile. Yes, there's a tile name for me in this one. Sorry, y'all, but essentially, launch should go from Dwarfs all the way down to Elfland. You have complete access to all four, basically 3 levels of spells about the bridge. And I believe this is a free bridge, so you'll have access to all 4 opening spells. But, levels, no questions asked, you just gotta walk there. So that'll be one huge thing as well.
Well, because we don't know exactly what's going to go on in this seed, I think that's about all we can explain right now. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the gate and get our runners going.
Sure thing, go ahead. With the party composition, it'll be nice and interesting.
There was a chance that any of these party members could have been forced. None of them were, but they could have been.
I remember back in the day when we had forced party members. They were fun.
Also, black belts are banned tonight. There will be no black belts.
Are they doing pub or no pub?
Great question. Let me check. I don't believe so.
Give me 1 second. Oh.
Right, MeleeWizard is off, and it looks like we've got random weapons in the weapon shop, and we also have burst weapons turned on.
Heal 2, Fire 2 will be nice.
Yeah,
Wait.
In the white magic, so it looks like the spell books did end up mixed. And then we've got level 1 temper,
that'll be
which is
nice.
great for black magic. Mixed spell books was one of the options that may or may not have been on. We weren't sure.
Should be able to fight.
Absolutely, that chained -4 is really unfortunate, so it looks like we're gonna get some wooden 4 helms instead.
I mean, that'll be good on that one. You want to explain Blurst?
Certainly. So if anyone's played Dungeons & Dragons, you know that you can sometimes have a weapon with a bonus to it, a +1, +2, +3, and so on. With Blurst weapons, weapons can roll up to a +5 and down to a -5, or they can roll vanilla. Depending on what they roll, they will either have better or worse stats, hence Blurst weapons.
Oh, and apparently we also have Floor Shuffle.
That was also something that might happen or might not. Now we know.
Yeah, Volcano entrance is at Corneria Castle.
Well, we have entrance shuffle for sure. We might also have floor shuffle. We're not sure yet.
The randomness is the randomness.
And it looks like we've got Matoya hanging out at the Temple of Fiends with a floater.
Oh, that'll be nice. Once they find the ship or the canoe, they've got the ship. They've got the airship.
Saren is pointing out that floor shuffle was not tri-state, just entrance shuffle, so there will not be floor shuffle.
Because I'm getting a little bit off on the video, and the audio unsync, so I gotta figure that one out.
Oh, it's not just you. The audio's a little off.
Thought so. Ooh, and is that random encounter zones I see?
It might be. Seems that Dwight is running into some metal slimes far earlier than he should.
Random encounter zones it is! So let's see, from that floor we get... Okay, just entrance shuffle.
Meanwhile, Dwight, attempting to make it into the armory, finds a Weir Sword +4. Normally the Weir Sword, nothing to write home about. With that +4 bonus, it's going to be a great early game weapon. And
Ice
finds
shirt
a loose tail.
-3. Okay, the ice shirt -3 will be good.
Well, the problem is it's just a single target ice shirt, and it's -5, so it's not even good armor.
Still, it is something good. Hey, Matoya's gave us Sky.
Good lord.
Although, at least they found the tail.
Yeah, so if they ever figure out where Bahamut is, they'll be able to,
Oh, I think I
of
found their endgame armor. Unless they find something better. Opal 5.
Yeah, that's some extremely heavy defense. Unless you get, like, a dragon armor plus, you know, maybe 3 or better, which you might think about taking for the resistances, yeah, that Opal Armor 5 is your endgame. Assuming that we find Bahamut and am able to use that tail to class change.
True enough. True enough. But you're getting to see one of the benefits of this by just being able to, you know, go from there. Extended open progressions, like just cross the bridge, you got that stuff. Nothing insane so far. If they don't find anything, you'll see them start heading south to either clear out the volcano, or they'll be heading south to Elfland.
Well, they'd head back to Corneria Castle to clear out the volcano.
Oh, I know. It depends on whether or not you think you can actually survive to get through there.
And it looks like
Town
Town
Shuffle.
Shuffle happened because we got Melmond at Provoca.
And was it
this could be
Zozo
dangerous.
Melmond?
It's not
Zozo
on.
Melmond?
It's Tri-State.
Tri-State.
Tri-State. So it might be on.
Yeah, let's see. Ooh, Cure 5. Digi gets their actual floater as well. And I think it's on! The song have to deal with back of crawls. Ooh, Cat Claw 4. Not the best, but it is still a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, if you know, you could turn your Black Mage into an in-game fighter with that and a little bit of Saber.
For armor, Iron 3 isn't bad. Silver -4, ew.
Yeah, that
Silver
hurts for your
plus-
mages.
Although Silver 4 isn't bad. That's a decent endgame, you know, well, not endgame, but decent, you know, equipment for now.
The helmet, yeah. So considering how much it costs, I don't expect to see our runners purchase it compared to the wooden +4 they've already got.
True enough, true enough. I mean, at bare minimum, we do know that the White Mage will be able to at least rock Temper.
I think the Black Mage got Temper, and then the White Mage got a bunch of level 2 sweepers. That's right, Gloomchew, we have mixed spellbooks tonight.
Looks like you are right, although they still get healed too, which is nice.
Absolutely. That'll save you a lot of menuing time not using potions. Looks
Gotta
like
love
Melee
the
Wizard
crazy
is-
stuff.
Looks like
Honestly-
MeleeWizard is heading over to the Dwarf Cave.
Yep, and then probably heading south towards whatever Elfland is, and ooh, waterfall.
And it looks like it is a procedurally generated waterfall.
Yep. Craziness of everything. I mean, I'm glad that's... Ooh, not that long of a thing, but... Ew, that is a tile. And say hi to
Could be
the bridge boss on Digi's side. Tent, pure...
And we got
Bottle?
a bottle from the robot. So the bottle was incentivized, as was the robot. Both of those could have not been. We had no way of knowing.
And you'll see Melee walking by the tile set that's actually named for me. I mean, hey, originally it was one tile, or they probably expanded it, but it's useful. In the extended open progression, it's useful. Because why give the canoe out for a single tile? Although, mind you, if you saw the last chance qualifier, give the canoe because you're going to need it to actually cross one tile into ordeals.
Speaking of ordeals, we've got ordeals.
To answer Ragnarok in chat, no canal yet. Although with extended open progression, they can still always get down to Elfland without needing anything.
No canal, no canoe.
Hence why you got to see the walk. Don't need the canoe to get over there. Don't need the ship to get over there. It's one of those things just like, I still argue that should be, the bare minimum for extended open progression is just include that, because having access to all levels of spells early on, it's a good thing.
Certainly is. MeleeWizard managing to get level 4 off some Paralisks. Yeah,
I mean, if they find the ship
already doing 2 hits and over 100 damage, that's not what you expect out of that weapon. Ooh, those bugs had zap though, and he loses all that experience.
Ouch. So, on the positive note, as soon as they find the ship, they've got the floater.
Sure do. Or the canoe, either one.
Yep. Ooh, well, Quake at 5, Saber for the white magic. Not bad. Someone else said, I can do at least stuff.
Marsh Cave is the dwarf cave. We got some money and some more money.
More money, more money, more money.
Does not care for and resets out to head towards Elfland.
Yep. Werewolves, or also the World Record Wolves as the old name went. If this ends up going wrong, I'll recommend to all of you to get a snack and go from there. Some more, werewolves, or world record. As Gloom points out in chat, a wood stick level 5.
Oh, vanilla
and
Elfland.
Elfland is Elfland. So let's see, spells. Ooh.
Black Magic Cure 3 and Lock 2.
That's pretty good. That is insanely good. Quad X Mute.
Lit 3 and Life. That's some great spells.
Not just that, but since the way that their party's rolled, that ninja is going to be able to heal the party.
Heck yeah, it would.
Rub, oh god.
Or white magic nuke.
Only one nuke caster, but it'll be nice. Well, that one. Ooh, fog 2 on that one.
Level 4 lamp for the black mage.
Oh, look what Digi just found.
What did you just find?
Ship.
Oh, was that? Oh, that'll get you in the air.
In the air with the tail.
Yeah, and we just gotta figure out where the hell Bahamut is.
True, but I'll take early game. It's just like ship. Just get out. Just get out, Digi. Just get it out of there. Just get it out of there.
Oh, they still need the canal before they could use the ship to get the floater, right?
Yes, you're right on that one. You are right on that one. They still need the canal on that one. However,
Cyrus is right on that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, MeleeWizard did not go deep into Volcano. Saw it was Volcano and noped out.
Yeah. but with that ship, that'll help at least for overworld movement.
Certainly will. It's also going to give Dwight a huge speed advantage over Melee, since Melee left that ship up at the Corneria area.
I hate mispronouncing names, Dwight, then, but Dwight's gonna enjoy stuff. And it is so disconcerting for the little bit of audio off, but we'll all make do. I mean, it's the randomness of Irongol. Although we did find our vendor item in the cube.
Oh, nice. And yes, Gloomchew, that you did see a Fire 2-stick. One of the things that could happen today was shuffled magic on weapons, and that happened.
And let's see, we've got a heal pot from the League's Opal +1, not bad, some more money, and is NPC Guillotine on?
Great question. Yes, it is.
Because everybody does not like the actual NPCs. I remember back in the day when we didn't have all that stuff. But on a positive note, they can actually clear sky. So we have 2 Fiend dungeons that are completable at present.
Yeah, if they purchase that cube, looks like Melee's gonna go ahead and try out Ordeals.
I mean, it's Ordeals. Tri-State Ordeals location, I believe. So, could be incentivized, could not be.
Also, if this ends up being the canoe, that could get Melee in the air faster than Dwight.
True, but still, I'm hoping it's very far into one of the other dungeons.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious. I hope they have to end up coming back to their boat in order to go somewhere to get the canoe.
I'm hoping it's in the adamant chest or the fire chest, since those are possible incentive locations.
Gosh, Melee had a huge run in there. Pity he wasn't able to figure out the entire maze during that time.
Very, 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 very true. But manages to get through.
And we've got green Medusas instead of regular Medusas in Ordeal.
Yeah. Still not bad. Ooh, easy fight this one with a giant and an Agama. Agama's always fun.
And it looks like he's going to take these Medusas. They went down pretty easily, for the most part, to a Fire 2, so I can understand taking this. That's a quick XP.
Definitely, especially when you can get a pack or 3 of, like a giant pack of them.
Yeah, that was only 3, but if he does happen to run into a giant pack... Ooh, we have unrunnable Frost Giants with a Grey Imp.
Ew.
And those Frost Giants don't tickle when they smack you.
At least the Grimp does not have Nuke.
Well, that's one Frost Giant down. Now we just gotta get the other one.
At minimum, we do know that there are a few positives.
And MeleeWizard manages to get past that really scary encounter.
Yep. Since we can hear that there's nothing insane for, the finding a key item.
Indeed. Also, something that Cyrinus is pointing out in chat, yes, because this is done using alpha flags, we have got enemy formations that you've never seen before. And
Was that
Melee
a wipe?
unfortunately took a wipe because he ran into more unrunnable Frost Giants.
out. At least they'll know how to get through the cave. Not cave. The maze. Hopefully they remembered. Remember to check dwarves. I forget what was in there. Was that waterfall? I think.
A bottle was in Waterfall.
I know. I'm just trying to remember what dwarf cave was. We'll see in a
Dwarf Cave
minute.
was Marsh Cave. And there was just some gold in their chests. Or sorry, no, Dwarf Cave wasn't Marsh Cave.
was.
This is Waterfall.
It was waterfall.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused.
No, it's cool. Dwight's now at Ordeals. Although it was a positive, at least we haven't seen any version of Nuke on a weapon or armor yet.
Well, it's possible that, because it was one of the things that was tri-stated, that balanced magic was checked. It may not have been, so... It looks like, though, because we've got an ice shirt and a fire 2 stick, that balanced magic was checked in shuffling item magic.
Ah, so they won't find the Nuke stick.
Nope. No fade banana.
No fade, no boomstick. I'm serious. It's like if you find Nuke, it's like when calling one of the matches yesterday. We literally had Nuke on an actual, God, whatever the one, spellcasting item is that's on an actual stick.
Yep.
And that literally had a fade. I think it was wasn't a helmet. It was one of the other things as a thing, but it's just like, you have Nuke on a stick. You have a boomstick. You make things go boom.
Cyrinus seems to think that balanced item magic actually removes the level 1 elemental spells as well, so it's possible they just had bad luck, and we might still see a Nuke stick.
Ah, yeah, maybe on that one.
Jonathan Yoshi, we have seen Nuke as a spell. It's level 4 white magic.
And I don't know if they've learned it yet or not.
Yeah, I think it was a little on the expensive side.
Well, of course, given the most dangerous spell.
Oh, and that Agama just slapped the taste out of his Black Mage's mouth. And I think this is going to go poorly for MeleeWizard. It looks like he's on the same encounter set that he was the first time he came through here, which means he's about to get 2 unrunnable packs of Frost Giants.
Ew. Let's see.
Nope, maybe not. He managed to make it through here, so it just happened to...
Flame Shield, Dragon Sword, I think it was there, but it wasn't that good. And... Ripple? I guess Rapier?
Yep, so it looks like this was not an incentivized location.
No,
and waters have stone poison!
Which is nice. Looks like Dwight's checking out greater than less than.
Yeah, here's hoping he can get there safely. I'd love to see what all these treasure chests are.
So let's see, we've got money.
That hand axe 5 is actually a pretty good weapon.
More money, a silver, copper -4, not that good offense, and money.
Oh, whammy.
I'd say the hand axe 5 is still decent, but not opting to go up the floors. So trying to walk it out, I guess?
He may not have a cube. He may not have purchased it.
I don't think either of our runners have got the cube yet. However, it is purchasable, and they are by Elflin, which is selling it.
I don't know that Dwight has even gone to Elfland yet.
I think Dwight has, but don't quote me.
Oh, he actually may have, because he's got the boat, so he probably boated there.
Yes, but having that money, I don't think you have enough to buy the cube yet. but you have a possible incentive location up there. So that's
Sure do.
so Canoe might be incentivized.
Certainly could be. There's also a possible incentive location deeper in the volcano, which might be a little easier to dive than trying to buy that cube and go higher in the sky.
Yep.
And it looks like that's what Dwight's doing, is going deeper into the volcano.
And ooh, those zombies are. Well, as a positive note, that is a decent bit of EXP. Although
True.
apparently they have fast.
Yeah, but they don't have enough HP to make use of that fast.
Oh, duh! I mean, their health is, dropping fast. And looks like Melee's finally checking out the volcano. We'll be picking up their ship soon.
He's gonna hate when he finds that ship.
Oh, definitely. There's their tail. Ah, mucks. Stop driving. Stop running amok.
Yeah, they're hitting real hard today.
And there you go. Melee picks up their ship. Hopefully they can get out with it.
Meanwhile, Dwight diving further into the volcano.
There's a rock gull with stun.
Luckily, that's all it got to do, so it didn't get to smack. That's a whole
Yep.
lot of fish.
And more mucks. Yuck!
Oh, and they've got mute. Mute touch from the look of it. Ooh, minus Vorpal. Oh no, you need to see that.
I'm sorry, Team Vorpal fans. Not tonight. Not tonight.
And those mucks getting the ambush on Dwight.
Opal 2 shield, though. That's Axe shield.
That is a really nice shield. You can easily justify that over a vanilla Aegis or even especially an Aegis with a mine.
Yep, more money. More money.
More mucks. These guys are not... these guys are just really getting in your hair today.
As I said. Yuck.
Definitely.
Yuck. Although I'd love to see someone actually do one of the fun percent flags, turning the mucks into actual mucks. I mean, the game's 8-bit. Pokemon, red and blue and yellow are 8-bit.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said fun
Yes!
percent actual mucks. I'm like, what does he mean?
Yeah! I mean, they're mucks!
Got a harm stick in the upper room here in this floor. That would be something fun for those of us who enjoy working in creative on this game.
I mean, you literally have the T-Rexes that are just steak, alongside the other stuff. So, individual sprite, making, some good use of that would be fun.
Dwight getting some good XP off that rock goal encounter.
Now, here's the question. You're at the bottom of the volcano. It's low on that one. Do you try to beat, Carrie?
I really don't. I really, really don't. Not at level 10, I don't.
I agree with you there. Unless you're a TAS and can basically manipulate the entire fight, I ain't. Ooh, nice shield pickup for Melee.
And these zombies being on the spike tile isn't necessarily a bad thing. That could be, like, if he had more heal potions, I'd say this would be a decent, like, early grind. Ooh,
Oh!
there we go, a lit 3 helm.
3!
Now that's a good caster item.
And the nicest thing is that it's a +2. So that's your heal helmet. You can get 2 of those.
Well, with random weapons and armor and random treasure.
So it won't be the one of.
Not necessarily a one of. There could be even more than just the 2.
Either way, for that lit 3, you grind a little bit. You might see them You might actually see Dwight take down Carrie.
Yeah, I mean,
has a decent enough sword. Has some good magic. Temper was learnable, right?
Temper was learnable.
Okay.
Level 1 black magic.
Yeah, the black mage is down, sadly.
True, but it looks like Dwight took 2 red mages as well. So.
It just looks like Edwards from FF4. But the nicest thing is that you go for lit 3, you temper, you swing and you try.
Yeah, it's tough to decide whether that's the right thing to do or not. Ooh, Irongol stunning the fighter hurts. But luckily, he's not punching right now. He's throwing out spells.
I mean, the thing is, you'd have to walk all the way back out. So it's questionable. It's like, do you go try for it? It's like, you're either going to have to walk out, or looks like Dwight's going to walk it out.
I can't say I blame him. Having that lit 3 helm and like whatever other gear he's picked up, I can understand wanting to save that.
Oh, most definitely. Definitely. I mean, I'm not disagreeing on the walkout. You know, I'm just saying it's like coin flip there. Grind a few things and you could go for it, but the hardest part is making sure he gets out, since he's going to have to walk all the way back through a dungeon to do it.
Yeah, I think if he had more heal pots, he could have justified doing a little grind there to try and go for carry, but considering he's pretty low on healing items, I can understand.
I mean, heal 3 is a thing, and you have cure 3, so you probably had enough, even though you'd probably take a lot of, be low on the spells, but the positive thing is with that money, you should be able to buy the cube now.
Yeah, so you could go higher in the sky, which is also a potentially terrifying prospect.
And a potentially possible incentive location.
Yep, on the asterisk floor in the vanilla adamant chest.
Yep, and we'll definitely have enough money to pick up that cube.
Yep, though right now it looks like we're just picking up a whole shed load of heal potions.
I mean, never leave home without them. That's what the Nintendo Power guide on the game said. Never leave home without them.
I think it recommended you have a full stock of 99 before going into Marsh Cave, which may be the most accurate piece of advice that guide ever.
I mean, it's Marsh Cave. Yeah, it's that bad.
3 on the gold bracelets, too? Not a good day for mage armor.
Yeah. Level 5 being buyable is decent.
But we found the only one we need for free, so...
Oh, definitely on that one. Wait, did you just get rid of... Oh yeah, nope, keeping that opal there.
Just doing some inventory management.
Yep. Selling that ice shirt, I don't blame him on that one.
Yeah, not much of a spell, and it was worth an awful lot of gold. That'll get you some... Even though these golds are at -3, it's better than no armor on your caster.
Very, very true.
And definitely better than that chain -4 he had on one of those red mages.
I think it was, what, steel -3 now?
Yeah.
I'm having to agree with Ragnarok in chat. Pick up that cube. You have the money right now. Pick up that cube. I don't know if they... I don't know if Dwight also bought spells or not.
I believe he had level 3 spells at least last time I looked, and Nuke is locked to Red Wizard, so he needs to promote before he can learn Nuke.
So at least that's one benefit to Melee. They will have access to Nuke.
Yep.
The Tigers.
Yeah, Dwight will have access to 2 Nuke casters, whereas MeleeWizard will only have 1. That Fire 2 stick putting it against those metal slimes.
Very, very true. This is Melee's first dip into Mars Cave, which is the dwarves.
And he finds, you know, some pocket change.
The answer to the question in chat, no one's bought the cube yet. They both have the money for it. Neither of them have spent the money to buy the cube.
We actually are sure at this point that cube has progression, because there's nowhere left to go. We've seen every chest in the volcano.
Well, technically, it doesn't have to be an incentive location. It just has to be in sky somewhere.
That's what I mean. Any progression left at this point is behind that cube block. We know that for a fact at this point.
Yeah, you're right on that one.
Yeah, it's not even a think at this point. We've seen every chest available to them that is in front of the cube. So whatever is going to help move them forward is behind it.
And it looks like Dwight is checking ordeals, as they have not gone through there to see the little things that are there.
He'll be ecstatic when he gets that progression, that vital progression item on -4 rapier.
Which is still like an ouch. Although it does have money, so that is a benefit.
Yeah, there might be some things that he can sell as well.
And Melee picking up their beat stick in terms of that wooden stick 5.
That lit 3 helm putting in work against this pack of vampires.
Although, with Melee on that one, I believe they have enough actual potions to possibly consider going for carry, but those levels basically make me think no. So we're nearly 40 minutes in. Do you want to explain what's going on, Dr. Pumpkin?
Sure. Tonight we have got a Irongol Heavy Metal Championship Series match between MeleeWizard and DwightDesotelle. They decided to tri-state almost every option available to them in the seed, so we are finding out along with them what's randomized and what is.
Basically, all incentivized locations are randomized. Did they randomize what could be in the incentive pool? I think they did.
They randomized all the incentive items as well, yes.
So that means they could actually find a massa.
Sure could.
Is Vorpal still in the incentivized pool? I do not remember.
Well, if it was, it wasn't tonight, because they found it... Well, not vanilla. They found it elsewhere.
And it was of -4 Vorpal, so... not...
Yeah.
A lot of damage,
was
but
tri-stated.
still high
it
crit.
could have been.
And it looks like Dwight makes it through there. Also, Melee picking up their Lit 3 helm. And the positive thing is, with that Lit 3 helm being the equivalent of a heal helm, that's actually decent armor later on.
It certainly is. Yeah, there's no reason not to equip it.
As soon as you can, pretty sure Dwight will. Let's see, we got some more money, more money, more money. Basically, Ordeal's had a lot of money. I guess the positive thing is, with that Lit 3 helm and having natural charges of some decent spells, at least Dwight will be able to actually get through these Frost Giants easier.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Plus, he's got a lot more health because he's a higher level coming in.
Which, as a positive note, since they will have to buy that cube, the more money you have, the easier it is to get on that one. As a positive note, with what we have available, we know what dungeons are available, and what we've seen, this will either be the canoe or the crystal.
That's true, because we know where Matoya's at.
So basically, it'll be the canoe or the crystal. Or the canal. We know exactly what 3 items have to be the progression. It is 158 pointing out in chat, with the purple being so bad, it's sellable.
Yeah, even then, it still might be worth more to just throw it out the window in the Sky Palace.
Oh, I know that, but considering you need to get the cube to get into the Sky Palace, you know, my opinion is, well, if it's letting you get in there, it's letting you get in there.
Looks like Dwight's in the tank, figuring out where he's got to go.
Yep. Gonna have to remember that they got the cube. I mean, that they can go buy the cube.
It looks like he hasn't done the waterfall cave yet either.
I thought they had, but I could be wrong.
Well, they don't have the bottle on their tracker, so that would indicate they have not gone through the waterfall yet. Dwight getting smacked around by some giants.
And looks like Melee, having checked everything, knows they're gonna have to buy the cube.
Certainly seems that way.
And we'll take... I forgot, that is over 45k. Yeah, that's gonna be... that is expensive.
And that right there will put Melee ahead progression-wise, as he's the first person to get their cube.
Yep. Now, here's a question. What item would you like to see, you know, the stuff turn into? I'd personally like to see Crystal into Canal.
Yeah, Crystal into Canal seems like the trolliest thing, because, you know... But, actually, it's a tough call. I might like to see it into Canoe. I guess Canoe and Canal are basically the same, because both of them are just going to take them to their floater.
Pretty much on that one. I mean, wait. No, wait. Oh, wait. It's Tri-State on progression, isn't it?
We have extended open progression.
I know that, but it said, like, you know, on that one. I think those had question marks, but I could be wrong there.
Basically,
I don't have the website up.
Had question marks on it.
That's what I said. I don't remember exactly all the other stuff. Extended open progression on that one. I believe the edit only allows for, you know, if it's got one, it's got all. So it would, you know, so they get to get the guaranteed airship at the very least.
What do you mean?
Meaning that there's no way to have only part of the extended open progression. But looks like Melee... Did Melee wipe, or...
I'm not sure what happened to Melee there.
Yeah, because I remember them, getting the cube, going up through there, then starting to head up towards Matoya, which is, I believe, where Sky is. So, and then I saw him back at
it looks
Elfland.
like he forgot to buy heal pots, and so reset.
And enter, Sweetie Ash in chat. Yep, procedurally generated waterfall tonight.
Apparently those Hydras have glare, and they are not playing nice with Dwight.
Ouch.
MeleeWizard got lucky. He managed to get turn order and run away both times he stepped on that tile.
And picking up the bottle.
Yep, and finding his
not
various equipment. And every little bit of money that he can find, because, he resets out.
I mean, the bottle isn't necessary yet, so we'll have to go back and pick it up, but... Since we know that there's only one Fetch quest available to, I'm hoping the Crystal, just so they have to walk more. But let's see what's got the, let's see what the Spike Tile coming up is. Also, take down that mud and rock all fights.
It's a gas dragon.
Actually, not that bad of a fight if you get
that wasn't
multiple.
a tile. That was just a random encounter. It was in the Spike tile.
Yeah. Lit 3,
They're
they should be
hard.
gone. Ew. Well, white mage is down, black mage is down. You're in. What the heck is there? And come back once they're alive.
Yep.
Or red deal just knock you down.
MeleeWizard burning off some encounters before heading back up.
I can't blame him. Get that giant hero run.
I'm surprised he's hoofing it instead of taking the ship around.
I mean, it's Matoya's cave. It's... You can burn off some encounters, but it's not really going to affect you that much.
Taking this Gurnaga encounter for a little extra XP.
Can't blame him on that one. If
No,
the
not
way
at all.
things have rolled, you almost want to grind a little bit to get up there. Although, at present, there is no Peninsula of Power tonight.
There could be, but probably not.
True. Although, I have to say, sadly, we won't have Warmech Unleashed. Warmech is required tonight, though.
Yeah, required Warmech will be fun. At least we're guaranteed to see some robots.
That makes you wonder.
An awful lot of Whiz Mummies. That should be a very good XP.
Yeah. XP battle on that one. Yeah. I mean, if that's early in the table, you just cabin and just farm it.
Looks like that's what he's doing right now, is he's doing a little bit of an XP grind in the early floor of Mirage.
I mean, that is
unfortunately,
actually...
he found that hero run.
Yeah. Sadly. Looks like Dwight's going back for that cream tile. Oh, wait. Is it? No, picking up a little bit of extra money, I guess. Don't think they have checked the other locations here. Ooh, Gersharks.
Yeah, Dwight's kind of having to scramble now to find some cash, since he did not buy the cube when he had the chance.
thought they had enough for it, but I could be wrong there.
Oh, he did have enough for it because he bought 2 of those like $30,000 gold bracelets.
Yeah. So essentially, the gold bracelets are equal to what, a copper tonight?
They're a little bit better than that, but yeah, they're not nearly as good as you would hope.
Yeah, and silver isn't that good either.
Nope, not at all.
Although if those bucklers had rolled high, which they didn't, could always equip them on the red mages, but they didn't. As a positive note, we have yet to see what pro rings rolled.
That's true, pro rings could be great. So yeah, it looks like these Grey Nagas are pretty good experience, and they aren't hitting very hard. They've just got Poison Touch, which is annoying but manageable.
Very, very true.
So between the fighter swinging a sword, and caster items on both of the mages, we're doing pretty well.
Yep. Although with that early tail, you would have hoped they could have gotten to promote sooner, but it's cool that they can't.
It's not that big a deal. They only just hit level 15, so they're not going to miss out on any charges at this level.
Yet.
Sure, it certainly could come that they may end up missing out on charges, but we're not at the point where it's likely.
Very true. Although, as a positive note, Melee and Dwight are both going to have to walk whatever they get out. Unless they want to try to be Tiamat and the...
It looks like these Wizzahogs are ambushy, because he got ambushed both times he's hit this tile.
Yep.
Luckily he's got life, though, so he was able to make it through.
Yep. Just want to make sure that life survives and life goes on. We have Sky Entrance. Nothing good there, but Coral, don't know if that's better than the, I guess, Dwight thinks it's good enough to equip. Still rocking that Vorpal -4. Pure Potion, 142 gold, 1380 something, 400, at least 4,000 gold there. Money, cabin, a lot of money, and a bit more money.
Well, luckily, MeleeWizard will be able to buy any spells he could possibly want. Ooh, Metal Slimes with an Onkolo. That could be a rough fight. Oh, boy. Luckily, he gets away safely.
Yep. And the saddest thing is the Onkelos don't provide that much EXP.
Oh, luckily those Wizzahogs, he got away from them before they could start pounding on him. Oh, but they're back.
At least they're not, with the Reds, with the Red Sea Hag.
Well, that unrunnable is fixed on the Alpha.
Oh, I know. It's just... Giant Sword, -3, not so good. God, couldn't see it on that one. Running, and throwing out something. Managed to actually do that before needing to do anything. Let's see. More money.
I'm thinking we're gonna have something in this incentivized chest.
Almost has to be. Nope.
Well, nope. So it could be something just loose that happens to be in one of these upcoming chests.
It has to be. So it's either on the other side of the Asterix room, Sky 3 or Sky 4.
Yeah, we're absolutely running out of locations.
And it looks like Dwight does have the cube? Apparently?
I don't know if he managed to buy it or not, but
He's in Sky. Silver 4 and a copper bracelet.
that copper plus
copper
3 may actually be better than some of the stuff.
Better than a silver, I think.
It's gonna be better than the silver -3, most likely, yeah. Or -4, whatever it was.
Yeah. But Dwight taking the actual Wizzy Hag fight. But that putting him to level 17. And, yep, does have the cube.
He did finally buy the cube. Thank God.
Need to put that on the tracker. But, yep. Tracker's got it. Let's see, cabin, money.
Time to keep going up.
It's gonna be loose. Unless we missed something, but I don't think so. Or unless the seed rolled to where basically it's uncompletable, but the devs are very good at not letting that happen.
Absolutely. Though if it were going to happen, it would happen here in an alpha flag.
Definitely. And in the event of that happening, both runners have to re-roll the seed, so...
And we have to stay up all night calling this.
Ooh! Squishy fight! The Big Eye and Redsy Hag.
Yeah, and that Big Eye is just a big old... Oh, it's got thunder!
Darn, I was hoping that would be on the Catmen. I mean, Catmen with thunder. The actual joke writes itself.
No, we had that happen last night with Saber Tease.
Which is why I said the joke writes itself.
MeleeWizard getting some great XP in here. We'll
lose out on the spell charges, but at present, with what's needed...
You can only get up to 4 spell charges anyway, and you get them every odd-numbered level, so it's not a huge deal. Another Coral 1 sword.
Ooh, sorcerers. Those can actually be pretty dangerous. Any party where you're getting multiple enemies, give them a good spell, and that's horrible.
Oh, we got
wrong sword.
Another lit 3 helm and the canoe.
Canoe. And it was loose.
Yep, that extra lit 3 helm is going to be massive for his ability to clear stuff.
Oh, definitely. Now, here's the thing. Do you finish clearing out everything, or do you need to get out of Dodge?
I might finish clearing out the chests. I'm not going forward because there's a required war mech in the way. And also, there's only like 4
you don't go forward.
Left.
What was that?
There's only like these 4 chests left, so it's nothing to pick them up.
Yeah, because after that you get to the maze floor.
Exactly. So since there were only those 4 chests left, I would absolutely just pick them up and not have to have them weighing on my mind.
Oh, definitely, because with the tri-state of every incentive location, there might be a lot of looses.
Absolutely. And Thalfon in chat saying, you know it's a great seed when you find your canoe at 56 minutes. You're darn right.
Well, they've had the floater for ages, so they'll be in the air soon, but they'll still have a lot of locations to check.
Absolutely they will. Hopefully they'll find a Bahamut nice and quick.
Considering it's only entrance and not floor, it'll be relatively quick.
I'm just saying I hope he finds it before he ends up getting sucked into like another dungeon. Jonathan Yoshi, he's walking it out not because of Tia, he's walking out because of war mech in front of Tia that's required.
Yeah, basically one super boss and then a normal boss. Yeah, I don't blame him at all. And as Firebirds points out, not interested in the robot chicken.
So, here's a question for you, Magius. If you're in MeleeWizard's position, let's say you get out of here and one of the first stops you end off at, you find Bahamut and you class change. At that point, do you pick up your ninja, knowing that he'll be able to cast Nuke? Actually, sorry, no, he won't. I'm wrong. Nuke was level 4 white magic, so it's not gonna happen. And that extra lit 3 helm seriously helping MeleeWizard get rid of those, Wizzahogs. Felfon suggesting that I was silly for suggesting a ninja could be useful. Hey, ninjas still have the ability to learn Temper right now, so that's a use. Also, anyone can be useful if we give them one of those lit 3 helms.
Sorry about that. Had to go grab a dessert, because this is going to be an interesting one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. I have a chocolate cake with coffee frosting in the other room.
Hey, I made up peanut butter pudding earlier in the evening.
Dope.
Vanilla pudding, and then just put it, vanilla pudding, then just put, like an eighth of a jar of peanut butter in there, mix it up real nice.
Sounds tasty to me.
So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this one, everybody.
That's okay, all you missed was me saying things that were inherently wrong, so we're good. Hey, Tristal MTG, what you're seeing with those numbers on the equipment is Blurst Weapons, stands for Blessed and Cursed. Much like D&D, where you can get weapons with a +1, +2, +3 bonus that are more powerful than their counterparts, we have plus or minus up to 5 on any pieces of equipment here, and they are better or worse to a certain factor based on those numbers.
For example, the Forpole is -3 tonight, so it is utter junk.
Yeah, Tristal, it is neat. It's currently on the alpha and beta for the Final Fantasy Randomizer website. I'd recommend, giving it a try sometime. It is super fun to play with.
Considering Tristal's old school, I think didn't you win the original tournament, Tristal?
Tristal is a former champion. I'm not sure if it was the first tournament or the second.
But yes, there's a lot of good things in there. You got the mixed spells tonight. You got basically tri-state on a lot of the incentive locations. So, ooh, and we found Peroka finally.
Yeah, we'll finally get to take on the pirates, though you might want to save first, because dangerous pirates might be on tonight. Ooh, level 2 white magic, warp,
Fade.
and level 2 fade. So yeah, you definitely want a class change to get fade on your fighter.
Oh, definitely, and...
Life 2 magic. And
Let's fast.
suddenly that thief is looking a lot more useful with life 2 and fast. If they're able to get turned into a ninja.
I mean, I gotta say, Dangerous Pirates isn't that bad. It's just to prevent you from getting that one pirate group with Nuke. And like one or two other small things, but apart from that, you're good.
Yeah, but you still want to save beforehand just in case those pirates do happen to be the time they've got Nuke. Speaking of pirates with Nuke, pirates have Nuke!
Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Called it!
Luckily,
I don't know if that's...
Luckily, the lit 2 helm manages to go off, and we can with 2 party members standing, we make it out, and the pirates were incentivized with the slab.
Here's the better question. Melee manages to make it out of there with good turnover. Will Dwight?
Yeah, I mean, that is easily a fight that could take you, 10 to 30 minutes, depending on how bad things go.
Oh, there have been some crazy things with that one. I remember a while back, one of the instances for that flag being set was pirates with, I think it was, Stone Touch or something like that, where it was one of the only times I have ever seen a seed have to be re-rolled in a race. And
not only do the pirates have Nuke, your reward for surviving is a trip to Melmond, which is at Vanilla Provoca, of all things. Actually, one fine day, this is not beta, this is alpha.
Well, it's alpha with a lot of the beta flags in there, but it is what it is. I mean,
and
I think the
Tri-State is everything.
So basically, it could be either or. You know,
we found C in the volcano.
It's just not like last night where we had the pre-alpha One Fine Day special with the spells, with the spellcraft.
And Ice Cave is the Titan's Tunnel, which could be useful when we find a ruby. We won't know. That might be incentivized, it might not. MeleeWizard now spoiled with an abundance of choice now that he's in the air, just over an hour into this seed.
At present, all they really need is the key and the rod, and they're in go mode.
Yep. And,
another copper 3.
Yep, we got the 6-chest room, or 7-chest room of Cardia Islands at Sarda's place.
Yep.
And MeleeWizard straight murders a dinosaur.
Yeah, I thought there were dragons in this one.
They absolutely are.
Either way. Isn't the spells in the different flags? Ooh, Zarda early on finds that.
Oh yeah, Sarda moved just a little bit and doesn't have an item. Oh no, wait. Sarda does have an item, but you have to kill the vampire first.
Oh wow! So early Zarda is not on. I believe Spellcaster isn't on, but the spell shuffle between each of the actual things, you know, between the actual random packs and random encounter zones are also on. And
apparently
yes, it's the Ice 3 sword. It's basically a defense sword.
Yeah, except instead of casting Ruse, it's gonna cast Ice 3, which, you know, great sweeper. Unfortunate that it took away Ruse. And oh, Melee found Earth Cave,
which is gonna be huge on that one.
Yeah, because it might lead to an incentivized item over at Sarda.
Duh. And also we have the hey, we found the other entrance to Titans.
Sure did.
As a positive, we know now where all 4 Fiend dungeons are.
We certainly do, and we've been through most of 2 of them. Oh, and we have found Bahamut. MeleeWizard is about to get class changed.
We'll definitely be buying Life 2. We'll be going and getting that nuke.
Getting so many good spells.
Oh, yes.
Well, we're not going to get Nuke, because Nuke was level 4 white magic.
Tis true, although Dwight will have access to it on at least 2 of his characters, which is nice.
Yeah, Bahamut also not moving very far, just like Sarda.
I mean, ooh, zombie D's of toxic.
Gross. Oh my gosh, that fighter is going to be darn near unkillable with all of that plus opal equipment.
I mean, if we find a plus 3 to 5 Aegis Shield and a plus 3 to 5 Dragon Armor, I think that's the only way that they could top that.
Exactly.
Hey, we found Ice Cave. Do you remember if we've seen Warp or not?
Warp was level 2 white magic.
Ah, then this
White
is a
mage
good
locked.
play. Well, at least with that, Melee does have access to check, do the quick check in Ice Cave, so that'll be good.
Definitely.
And with it being a possible incentive location, it's worth the check.
It certainly is. Plus, it's a fairly chest-dense area. So even if there's an entire possibility that we'll find a bunch of loose stuff in here.
Although we haven't seen ribbons yet.
It's true, we've not seen a single ribbon.
Although even a ribbon -5 is something that you're going to equip.
Yeah, oh no, it doesn't have its one absorb, and it gets a little heavier. It's still going to give you elemental resist to every single element.
Definitely.
Alright, Dwight has made it over to Provoca. Doing a little shopping. MeleeWizard deciding to take on this single evil man rather than run. Considering how quick it went down, that makes sense to me.
Oh, definitely. Gloves 4. Not bad, not good. Opal +1. Ice -4. Now that is sad. Especially to see one of the best endgame pieces, decent gear, be reduced
Mass
to nothing.
Moon +5! Holy cow!
Oh my god. It's the Vorp, I hate to say it, but your team Master tonight, even if you're on Team Vorpal, this is where it's just like, Massa all the way for this seed. You're literally getting the highest damage-dealing weapon in the game.
Yeah, that's literally the most powerful weapon that can exist in these flags. An argument could be made for a +5 katana in the hands of the ninja.
I was just about to say that. Because of the amount of crits, it's basically the old Massa versus Vorpal argument. In that case, because a katana at +5 is essentially... It's what, at least a Massa 2 or 3, if that, so...
It's gonna hit real hard.
It crit very often.
Sorry, Reese, cat claws were only +4 today.
I mean, when you find insanely good endgame gear, you take what you can get.
Now Dwight is in the air, making his checks. Ooh, a mute stick, -4.
Sadly, I don't think they've made the mute ability really work yet.
Oh, they certainly have.
Yeah, but it's not good on endgame bosses.
Oh, it can be if you've got Xfer.
You're
Crab
right!
Crab Cakes won a race on the back of that the other day, where she muted Chaos after hitting him with Expert.
Wow. I mean, that is great if you know the bosses have, like, nuke, 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 nuke. You're like, they rolled all the nukes. It's like, no thanks. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, and the best part is, when an enemy's muted, they still try to cast a spell, so they just waste their turn. It's glorious to watch.
Definitely. That's something I'll have to keep in my back pocket, too. Sometime. House! Oh!
That's nice. Take the best hand armor in the game and just make it a little better, as a treat.
That'll be their mage equipment then, I guess. Because it's the best they can do.
Also, right now, considering we haven't found any ribbons, it's also the only death protection we've got.
Ah, fair point. Now, we have not seen Gaia yet. Gaia, Onrak, or other stuff.
There's
Lefane. At least it's easy enough to check the slab turn-in tonight.
Yep, though Melee probably realizing that he has not translated his slab yet.
And as a positive note, this does mean that the iced location was incentivized and Master rolled into the incentivized pool.
Yep.
Gotta love when that happens, because it means you're guaranteed a masa.
Oh, and it looks like Zozo Melmond is on, because MeleeWizard is running into some massive packs of Grey Wolves.
Gotta love Zozo Melmond.
It's a fun flag, for sure.
Especially when it rolls horrible, and you literally have to deal with some of the worst enemies in the game trying to get around it. Especially when Melmond is stacked.
Sweetie Ash, Sarda may have something, we're not sure. Because of the way the flags were set, Sarda's not free in this seed. And before he will give you an item, you have to kill the vampire.
So, yeah. Might have it, might not.
He may even have you kill the vampire for like 2 gold, we don't know.
Oh, I say the 1 gold's better. It's like, yeah, you killed a giant monster. Here you go. Flip a coin to you.
Go buy yourself a butterscotch. Now that Melee's down in the area, he's going ahead and making some spell purchases. Smart move.
Wait, can you even get a butterscotch still for a cent?
I have to believe that a gold piece is worth more than 1.
Pretty much. I mean, what? The price of gold is at least 20 to 30 bucks nowadays. There's silver's up there, so you figure, you know, worst case, you're literally getting at least something nice, depending on the weight, too. You could probably buy something nice.
Oh, that's right, we get life on the ninja. That was the big, useful spell that they were getting. Oh wait, no, that was white magic still. So, that's, life on the fighter, which also super useful.
Yes, but I think life 2, maybe?
Oh, life 2 was at level 2. Thank you, Jonathan Yoshi. So, yes.
Yeah, life 2 like that, that's stupidly good. But fall 2 on the ninja isn't bad either.
Yeah, it's like a slightly worse than Viz 2, but you'll take it if you don't got anything else.
Well, the thing is that honestly, it means that you can essentially go fall 2, and if you find... Have we seen a Viz 2?
I don't know if we have.
Either way, that means you could basically take your entire party and just basically, okay, run the entire, you know, Invis 2 strats. So basically, you're basically stacking all 4 Invises in 1 turn. You're pretty much good after that.
Yeah, life 2 and fast. Yeah, this ninja is going to have some extremely useful magic this game. Definitely agree with bringing him back up. And it looks like Melee is going to go into the sea. Looks like he's going Kraken side first. Can't say I disagree with this, though it is possible that there's an incentive item at the mermaids.
Just about to mention that comment myself. So, and Dwight finding their ice cave, so we'll probably go check that one. Although without, do they have warp? I think they have warp, so they will be able to do that.
They got level 2 white magic warp.
Yep, then they'll be able to do the trick on that one. Let's see what's in the greed chests today. Silver minus ungodly and some money. Although silver minus 4 is probably still weaker than that copper 3.
Yeah, I think the copper 3 is going to be better than that.
Apparently Melee doesn't think so, but thinks about it again. It's like, yeah, wait, that is probably not good. So since we're almost an hour 20 in, do you want to go over the craziness for this seed?
Sure can.
Get to everybody that's joined.
For anyone just joining us, first of all, thank you for joining us. This is a Final Fantasy Randomizer Irongol Heavy Metal Championship Series match between DwightDesotelle and MeleeWizard. And tonight, rather than choose a specific seed to go ahead and run, they decided to let the seed decide how nasty things were going to be. They said just about everything they could to Tri-State, which basically means that maybe something would be turned on, maybe it won't. They wouldn't know until they find out in-game.
Yep, we've seen a lot of craziness. Turns out Entrance Shuffle was on, Town Shuffle's on, every location may or may not be incentivized out of the stuff. Looks like we have a loose TNT. And as for some of the craziness on that, I forget what the Fiend stats are at. I think one of them was at least clamped for HP, but I could be wrong.
So, they have separated the scaling for stats and HP. HP for the Fiends is set to between 100 and 500%, and then their actual stats could be clamped. They might not be, though.
And Dwight picking up their Massa 5.
Yeah, he's gonna be ecstatic to see that.
Oh, you're always ecstatic to see a massive move. Even when it rolls like a -1 or 2, it is still one of the best weapons in the game.
It absolutely is.
I'm personally hoping that the rod is in TFC, or what's needed to get to the rod is in TFC.
Oof, yeah, that would be brutal.
I mean, the LCQ was a thing.
I know, I called it.
Hey, so did I.
It was a magical night.
Oh, there's the Catclaw 4.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well throw that on your Black Mage, just in case you want to, use that instead of maybe that Light Helm or something.
True enough. But I have to say, this is still beautiful on that one. I'm so glad with the last chance qualifier that literally they needed... Was it the canoe needed for just one tile, or am I thinking of another race?
I'm not sure.
I've called a few in the last weeks. No, wait, I was... thinking of another race because obviously I got to call... Because I was on tracking for that one.
Makes sense.
Oh wait, they are saying they did need the canoe on that one. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of one of the other one recently because last chance although did have a lot of just craziness abounding.
Yeah, with everyone opening every chest except for the TFC until that was the last one.
Oh, then that was last chance qualifier. I was trying to remember if I was or was not on that one. It's like, yeah, either way. Yeah, that was a TFC seed.
Sure was. So MeleeWizard approaching Kraken now.
And as our tracker is
imagine
pointing
he's
out...
Too worried about this, considering that he has that Massa 5 and such extreme defense on his fighter.
Very, very true. So let's see. Kraken tonight. Swing. Going for fast, but out of charge with no charges yet. So opting for Ice 3. Let's see. Oh, I missed Squad X 3 as well.
4 hits
Fasting
right out the
on
gate.
hits.
Oh, Kraken has damage poison. That's not what you want to see, but luckily the entire party survives.
Yep, Duke coming out. 240. It's either 240 or 204. Swing, swing, swing. Duke. And opting for Temper on the Knight. Smart play. Ice for 86 damage. The Ninja goes down.
Yeah.
Tempering up. Duke comes out for 130. Something swing with that one. 7 hits.
7 hits, 1500 damage. Goodbye, Kraken.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. All gone. They basically now have dinner.
Ooh, and MeleeWizard is... Okay, maybe he just didn't remember, because he was, like, going away without going mermaid side.
Definitely, although they did find an actual loose TNT, so that might be progression there as well.
Yep. First orb lit at 1 hour and 24 minutes.
And to answer the question in chat about Tracker falling asleep, look at the comment above in chat.
Pretty sure One Fine Day was just making fun of Jonathan. We love Jonathan, and we appreciate the work he's doing for us, Tracker.
Definitely.
In fact, you should follow our Tracker, as well as both of our runners. And my co-commentator.
And mine as well, considering all of us, our actual, runners are putting on a show for us. Not only is the Irongol, Heavy Metal Championship a series of, fun things to show off the randomizer, anybody can join. It's literally like a running, okay, you want to throw down? We'll throw down. It's literally like ranked, so whenever, who's winning the most? Okay, you can finally challenge them and take the title that way.
Absolutely. And if you want to get involved in this, if this looks like fun to you, join the Discord. Come talk to us. We'll be happy to teach you.
It's literally one of the only communities I know that literally has a new player program that's not saying that they all don't, because a lot of them do, but that stresses that program to let people know that it is out there if you want to learn. It's one of the only, communities I know that will actually stress that. And oh yeah, we haven't seen LaPain yet as far as just the items go. So let's see what we got today.
In fact, our Duckling boot camp is just about to start up, so it's a great time. Ooh, the LaPain has the time. Excellent. So now that's another place we can go, because that'll let us get into the Mirage Tower.
I know for me, even though I never had to go for that one, I just basically got to skip all that by just being in the first tournament. It's like, yeah, you're not a Duckling. You've been here since the beginning. You should at least know what you're doing.
I've been watching since the beginning, at least.
Let's see. Is it needed? Oh!
Oh, and we got a ribbon +5 on Dwight's side. And MeleeWizard just picked up his crown at Mermaids.
We still haven't seen Astos yet, but with 2 Fetch Quest items, and you do know where Dwarves is, you'll at least have one of them to turn in. So with everything we've got, it's going to be nice, that one. Some money. Really, C has gotten 2 things. Wait, I could large sword. Not that good as far as weapons go nowadays.
Lana Bean is asking, what does +5 mean? Tonight, Lana, we are playing with Blurst weapons, short for Blessing or Cursed. Weapons can randomly roll between +5, as well as armor, between +5 and -5, which gives them bonuses or penalties to their stats.
Just like in D&D. And hey, we have Confused Old Men on. One of my favorite little fun things. You know, the sages are always wandering around, and a lot of them actually, you know, are references to a lot of the devs and other stuff.
And they had a ribbon of +5 as well, so that's a second ribbon for Dwight.
It's one of those things, it's like, ooh, level 6 cure 4!
Ooh,
good.
Yeah, and level 6 wall.
And if you're wondering how they're getting rid of the NPCs, NPC Guillotine. It's one of the flags that they've been working on for a while. I believe they finally figured out how to not have it allow you to kill the the actual rod block or the cube or the loot required block. So
that's correct.
That's a good thing.
Recently on the alpha site, so originally the thing about NPC Guillotine is it would just delete any NPC that doesn't have text that changes when they speak. And unfortunately, one of the side effects of that is that it would cause it would let you delete the rod block in the Earth Cave and the loot block in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. So you could cheat. Recently, though, on the alpha version of the randomizer site, they were able to fix that, and so that'll be getting pushed through.
Yeah, because that's one of those things a lot of players have been waiting for. Just because, honestly, it's like, I mean, there's 5 bats they moved for Earth just to be able to help with decreasing that amount of overworld, stubborn.
And on MeleeWizard, he is taking on Carry. 10 hits, 844 damage. Goodbye, Carry.
Yeah, so that's 2 orbs for Melee.
Yep, at an hour and 30.
We know where every other orb is. Choosing to not go.
I'm sorry, you cut out a bit there.
Sorry, I was saying, looks like Melee was not opting to go and beat Tia.
Again, he may still be worried about that required war mech, so I'm not too surprised by that. Looks like he's going and doing the big brain play of checking out Marsh. Considering that Marsh might be incentivized, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, very, very true. It's definitely worth checking on that one.
Also, since we've got randomized encounter tables, it's entirely possible that Marsh isn't going to be that bad.
Very true. Although, I believe they have the, is the Marsh chest still incentivized, or Marsh key locked? I think they have options on both.
They may have options on both. I know at the very least, the regular Marsh chest is set to random.
Yep. I mean, I've seen both that, and I've seen the Marsh key locked, on top of having a few of the other, key locked locations being that. And looks like Dwight is opting to probably go and fight Carrie.
Yeah, it makes sense. He just picked up a couple of ribbons. He's, class changed. He's got a whole bunch of new spells to play with. Carry should not be a problem for him. He's got that Masa +5
I
as
was
well.
about to say that. And the Mox. Giving him so much trouble earlier, but still.
Yeah, now that he's got so much armor on that knight, they're just barely gonna spit on him.
Yeah, they're barely gonna use Toxic or Sludge Bomb. So Dwight pulls carry. Let's see, fasting up, light swings, 5 hits, 580, 6 hits, 330 from carry, fasting up the knight, tempering up the knight, basically Paladin Cecil, tempering again, swing, let's see, swing, fade, fast, no, temper, swings, 10 hits over 1,000 damage.
Wow. Carry went
Carry
high. Marsh, not incentivized. The incentivized chest was a pure potion. A pure potion.
Let's see. Gotta love the FF4 sprites. Set up to the fun percent. 9 hits. Nearly 2k in damage.
So yeah, Carry rolled closer to the 500% of the HP.
As a positive note, Melee, knowing that at least one of the locations in Marsh is not needed, it looks like Dwight is opting to go and check going to actually beat Tia.
Interesting. We got level 7 Brack over in Gaia at the Vanilla on-rack location.
But heal 3.
Hot Fuzz, as we discussed a little earlier, there's an option called NPC Guillotine, which allows you to get rid of those annoying NPCs who like to stand in your way.
Yep, and I believe you can even kill a few of the circle stages.
You certainly can,
mind you,
and Dwight did.
Oh, most definitely. Even though it was accidental, let's see if the... Wait.
Did Melee forget to pop his bottle? Melee!
Yes!
Melee, go back! Go back and pop your bottle! Hopefully he
Pop open a
remembers it
cold
on the way
one.
back from the waterfall. Hey, here's Astos. And he's got the crystal, so we got another fetch quest that might lead to something, might not.
The obligatory, is this even randomized?
I mean, his location was, at least.
Oh, wait. If Matoya gives the herb, then I think the trade
Reroll.
quest NPC might have been on that one.
Ooh, it's entirely possible that trade quests were not randomized. And Melee! Melee, you have a bottle to pop! Melee!
Yeah, and if that's not, then, we can tell right from then and there. We'll know soon whether or not Matoya gives us the herb.
Oh, okay. Our tracker letting us know that Melee does not, in fact, have the bottle.
I know they got it from the actual waterfall, but I don't think they were able to keep it.
Gotcha. So
But
he's going
knowing
back
where it
to get
is
now.
Yep. And I'd say get your blessed RNGs in chat, but we're gonna see a Warmech tonight, everybody. We are gonna see a Warmech.
You can get your Bliss RNGs out if you want Warmech to be extra spicy tonight, though.
I mean, give our runners a little bit of, actual mercy, considering what this seed has done to them.
Never.
I only said a little bit. I didn't say I wanted to see it. I was saying a little bit. I'm personally
Dwight's
hoping for,
lost in the teleporter room.
Well, the better question is whether or not it actually rolled the actual location randomized.
Yeah, well, he went right 1, up 1, right 3, up 1.
Yeah, the easiest way is just up 1, up 2, up 3, do that one, but I think they are good now.
Oh, there it is. It was randomized.
Told ya. But no, Warmech is forced tonight. Answer Gloom's question in chat.
If Warmech is forced, it will not be encountered randomly.
Sadly, because I want that to be forced and actually, able to be encountered on that one. Although I'd love to see possibly Warmech getting rolled to a few of the other mini-bosses.
Well, the closest we have to that currently is Warmech Unleashed, where he can appear anywhere in the world. And yeah, it looks like the quest chains are vanilla, because she's got the herb.
So this will lead to the key. So as soon as we find Elfland Castle, we
Which
will
I
have
believe
the...
was vanilla.
No, I don't think so, but we'll
He
see.
just went. Oh no, that's right.
Nope.
We haven't found Elflin Castle yet.
And let's see, Warback, 4 hits, 600 days. Image tempering up, swinging, see, tempering up again.
Yep.
Swinger.
There
4
we
hits,
go.
944 damage. Warback's down.
That's great XP on the 2 party members who survived. Thankfully, one of them should have life.
I think both of them should have life. At least life 1 at level 3. Although Red Mage, so
Well, the red mage could have both.
looks like
Didn't bother to learn the life spells. That's less than ideal.
I think they bought it but didn't care. 10 hits, 500 shades damage, tempering up that night. Swing, 10 hits, 846 damage. Yeah, this is more of a you have so much power unless 10 hits, 808 damage. So yeah, fading again. 115, barely any damage. 10 hits, 857 damage. I think
He rolled a lot of health.
I think the things were clamped on that one. Yep, Oxyel.
Vanilla Oxyale. Well, that's good. That's yet another. When we get over to Onrak, if we have to go over to Onrak, that we can at least go check the Vanilla Sea Shrine location to see what it is.
That is true. And that could actually be important.
And at an hour and 40 minutes, Dwight has lit his second orb. I believe he already fought Carrie.
Yes, he did. And he did manage to beat Carrie as well.
Looks like MeleeWizard is making a dive into Earth. MeleeWizard running into a bunch of red Caribs and Gators.
As a positive note, will at minimum have to possibly double. They might have to double dip the.
With vanilla, that's so he's definitely gonna have to double dip Earth with the vanilla fetch quest items because Sarda's gonna give the rod.
I mean, technically, that isn't a fetch quest.
Fair enough.
As I believe that's always been one of the ones that counts as incentivized. Because the king originally... Namely because the king used to always give the bridge until they were able to get free bridge, so from there... But even then, Sarda was always the optional one, but I could be wrong there. But we'll see soon enough.
That can be randomized, that makes sense. That's correct, Ragnarok. We do have the vanilla fetch chain.
Yep,
And
that I've been rolled off tonight.
We haven't found Elflin Castle yet, which is where the key's going to be. It's entirely possible that Elflin Castle is inside of Onrak at the Vanilla Sea Shrine location. And Onrak is going to be at the Vanilla Lefane location at this point.
Very true. Now, basically, with everything that we know, that's going to be the only major location left.
I don't think either of them have checked the Mirage Tower yet either. Ooh, a loose adamant in Earth.
I believe Dwight did, since they have the chime.
Well, both Melee and... Oh no, only Dwight has the chime. I didn't know if he checked it or not. Mirage was a ribbon.
Raz was a ribbon.
Dwight about to pop his own bottle. Get his Oxyale.
And suddenly realize that it's, I don't know if they know yet that it is Fetch Quest or normal or not, but still.
Oh, we got Sea Trolls and Earthquave.
Actually, Adamant is not X-Cow. That is not considered a fetch quest. The only fetch quests are the trade sequences. Although I could be wrong because it's been a while since I played without the NPC shuffle on.
Jonathan Yoshi in chat saying that the X-Cal might be useless with that Masa +5. I don't actually agree with that. You could put that Masa +5 on one of your other characters and have them be swinging as well if X-Cal rolls well.
If X-Cal rolls X-Cal 5, you definitely do that.
Especially if you're Melee Wizard, because throwing that Masa on the Ninja is going to be great. Melee Wizard getting revenge for Jake Hoper murdering as many bats as he sees.
And nope, here's Onrak, so we'll see what's in the thing. So let's see, today, option to kill an NPC guillotine on. Let's see, go to that one.
There's the Elf Castle, just as where I expected. Unfortunately, Dwight does not have his herb yet.
You gonna answer the question in chat, or should I?
You can go right ahead.
Oh, there's the rod. Okay.
Oh, right in the vampire chest. What a convenient location for the rod.
And to answer your question, so this is the Final Fantasy 1 Irongol Heavy Metal Championship series. It's essentially the community's way of doing freeform, flag seeds, what used to be like our shenanigans races. They just finally decided to make it an actual competitive thing of people. So basically, you have NPC. Basically, the runners let the seed decide what things were going to be, on and off by letting the seed decide what was random on that one. So we've got no NPC trade shuffle, floor and basically entrance shuffle, town shuffle, random magic, meaning they could be either on the white or the black mage. Basically, a whole lot of things.
Yeah, it's been a real mess of a seed, but it's really coming together at this point, at least for, I would say, on Melee Wizard's side. While they both have the same number of orbs lit, I do feel like Melee Wizard has a knowledge advantage at this point.
Definitely true. Definitely true. I mean, with everything that they've got, it's crazy on that one, but considering our runners are doing a combination of alpha flags, beta flags, and whatever currently is with the randomizer, it's just crazy to see this and enjoy it.
Absolutely is. Meanwhile, Dwight making his way through the Sea Shrine.
Personally, since there is a bingo for this, for FF1R, if it's not a goal already, when NPC Guillotine comes out, kill the Bat Room. Kill the Bat Room in Earthcade. So every of the 5 bats.
Say there is a bingo option to visit the Bat Room.
Ah, didn't know that one. I think they might need to add to, if you're playing Fantasy Guillotine, visit and kill all of them.
And Lich goes down as fast as Lich always does. And with that, MeleeWizard has just lit his third orb.
We'll be picking up their chime and their free ribbon real soon.
Certainly will.
Although they are in go mode minus the actual
Key.
minus the key. And as a positive note, Dwight having that crown now means that they only need to go turn that in to get the actual herb, to get the key, to get everything needed for that. And yep, Circle of Sages. But with all that, it's not item, or might have the ruby, but still.
MeleeWizard making some space to buy a bunch of pro rings here at Crescent Lake, since they're relatively cheap.
And they rolled a +2. But with what we have available and what's left, we know that the crown will lead to the key because of the actual trade quest on that one. So Digi will find their rod in Earth Cave, so if they're smart enough to just check Earth Cave, then they'll have go mode with that. So,
Okay.
as commentators, we are in no mode.
We certainly are. I didn't realize that Black Mages got level 4 Cure 4.
Ah, I didn't notice that either, but yeah, that's kind of good.
Absolutely. You love being able to just cure up your party.
I mean, there's only some of the circle. Oh yeah, there's your ribbon 5. You'll still probably check Chime because you don't know where the Elf Castle is, but Melee is in no mode except for knowing the location. I mean, I think at one point all the Circle of Sages actually had names for the actual devs and hangers-on of the Randomizer. I forget if they still have them on that one or not.
Well,
Ooh,
looks like
steak!
MeleeWizard is Team Steak, because he is smacking the heck out of this Tyro.
I don't blame them. What led me to basically be like team whatever is possible for state for the Tyros? Finding a grind tower of Tyros and needing EXP, and the Tyros.
That'll do it.
Basically, that's the.
Melee just gotten 3 Tyros in a row.
Seeing so much steak just makes me wish for a cheesesteak.
I just had steak for lunch today, and tomorrow night I'm making a prime rib.
Nice. They'll pick up their second ribbon 5, which is amazingly good because it gives you 5 absorb this time.
For sure. Can't complain about ribbon giving you extra.
So we're nearly 2 hours in. All the craziness on that one. Do you think either of our runners feel?
Sorry, you cut out. Did you say if either of our runners feels behind?
Yes, if considering how late we are into the seed.
Oh, I think they both do. At this point.
I tend to agree with you on this one.
Like, they might also both think that this seed's been kind of a mess, so neither of them feel behind. They just think that the other one's having just as much trouble. And there's our key on MeleeWizard's side. So MeleeWizard officially in go mode. He just needs to go to the Sky Cave and kill Tiamat.
And we never found Cornelia Castle. Oh wait, we're not in go mode yet. There's a certain location we don't know where it is.
We don't know where Temple of Fiends is. I think it's Temple of Ordeals. I think that's like the last location it could be.
Probably. But will they know that that is where it is?
At this point, I think so, but it's anyone's guess. We did find Cornelia Castle because the king gave us an item. I forget what it was, though.
Oh yeah, that is right. And as Ragnarok pointed out, yep, the elves were basically hanging out under the sea.
It was basically the last place it could be, besides Temple of Ordeals.
It would have been nice if wasn't the Vanilla Fetch quest, and Ordeals would have been blocked by that Oxyale, but either way, still good. And Dwight is on Kraken!
Considering he already took care of Warmech and Tiamat, I don't think Kraken's gonna give him a lot of trouble.
Me neither. But preparing just in case, I mean it is Kraken. Kraken does roll a lot of hits. Sorry, I have temper, swing, damage poison comes out.
And damage poison. I forgot about that part.
Yep, but fasting, 6 hits, 691 damage, tempering comes out, temper, I got on that night. Swing, opting for temper, opting for temper, swinging, another temper comes out on that one, temper comes out on this one, hits for 5 hits and a bunch. 5 hits, 897 damage.
And Dwight lights his third orb.
If Dwight figures out that it's Vanilla Fetch quests, then they will know that they are in... Well, not go mode, because they will have to check for the rod. But if they take a gamble like Melee and just check Earth, then this will actually help Dwight out. A lot.
Yeah. Or if Dwight's one of those people who hates to go into Earth until they have the rod, that could be real bad. Ooh, sandworms with eyes. That's a good experience fight.
Oh, yes, that is! Oh, we didn't see the... Oh, yeah, that does count as a fetch quest.
Yep, so that explains why we never found the canal. We had never bothered to turn in the TNT.
I mean, some of them do, some of them don't. I mean, the best example of the first fetch quest chain being broken was the early bridge. Just because that way the king no longer had to give you the bridge.
That makes sense.
I mean, it was the first technical map edit to the game, and I wouldn't even call that a map edit. I would call that like just do you want to actually be forced to go fight fight Garland, or just allow everybody to check things?
And Dwight turning in his crown for a crystal. MeleeWizard having a real tough time finding the teleporter to the Bridge of Destiny.
I mean, it is annoying there. Finds it though.
And he's in the hero run, so he's just got all the way to Warmech without taking a single encounter on the bridge.
The Mech Warrior, the Zaku, the Gundam, the pick your favorite robot-based anime and game character, and that's Warmech.
I just finished building a Gundam today.
Which type?
God Gundam. High res.
Trying to remember which series that's from. Isn't that yeah. I knew it was one of those two on that one.
Oh, Warmech deletes a white mage. Then we got a few more tempers going out on the fighter. Warmech tries to delete the black mage, but doesn't quite get there. Only 3 hits, despite being fasted. That is a evasive chicken. Going to throw out some Lock 2, makes a lot of sense. Gets another temper stack off. Lock 2 comes out with a good turn order. 6 hits, 1100 damage, but Warmech's still standing. This party is getting rocked really badly. We got some more temper coming out. Casting Cure 4 on the fighter, but the fighter 4 swings, another 1000 damage. Warmech's still standing. That timely Cure 4, keeping the fighter alive.
Oh, fighter definitely.
Cure 4 again, this time on the black mage. Warmech swings again, nearly kills the black mage. 5 more hits, 1200 more damage, and Warmech finally goes down.
It was bulky tonight.
And we got life 2, so that gets the white mage back up and running, no problem.
And Dwight going to pick up their key.
While MeleeWizard is about to pull Tiamat.
And with the way Tiamat rolled earlier, this is going to be a very easy thing. Swing, let's see, fasting on that night. Opting for, let's see, nuke. Swing of that one. Was that 1400 damage already, or was that 114?
141. So Tiamat's got some absorb, but we got fast out. Probably worth casting Lock 2 there. Yep. Throwing some more nukes and tempering up the fighter as best we can.
Yep.
So we got a Lock 2 going out, nuke goes out, Tiamat swings, 3 hits, 3 damage. The fighter does not care, and we get temper out before the swing, 10 hits, 909 damage. We are out of spells on the ninja, so the ninja's just going to hit, throw another nuke, throw another temper. Temper once again going out before the fighter can attack. You love to see it. Nuke goes out, 180 damage. Another 10 hits, 868 damage. The ninja still paralyzed there. Another nuke going out. And trying to decide what to do. Going to first switch into Brack strats on the black mage. Nuke, 101 damage. Brack comes out. Tiamat is broken into pieces at 2 hours, 1 minute, and 9 seconds. MeleeWizard has lit his first orb and will be headed to the Temple of Fiends, assuming he knows where the Temple of Fiends is.
I was just about to say, you mean 4th, but yes. I'm pretty sure, like you said, that yeah, it's been a fun scene. It's been a fun scene. And Dwight actually checking Garland. Since they don't know what is possible for Sarah, it's an easy item check, and, you know, it looks like Melee does know where Topher is going to, you know, get there real soon. By the way, we have a high 5 on our runner's side.
Unfortunately, these red Caribs decided to be unrunnable and get in his way. Sucks to be these fish.
Well, duh. Fried, you know, calamari, you know, fried fish.
I'm allergic.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of fish, unless it's like, you know, fish and chips or something like that.
Anyway, slaps Garland with the black mage. Wow, Garland was actually pretty absorby, considering he only took 200 damage from that moth.
Remembering that does have to rescue Sarah before we can enter it. Says hi to Sarah. Says hi, bye.
Drops a house, and we are at, well, not quite, because there are some hyenas and bones in the way, but at 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 54 seconds, MeleeWizard has entered Temple of Fiends Revisited. Oh, and it turns out we got short Temple of Fiends Revisited. So,
And there's the third ribbon.
oh, wow. Fantastic.
So will we have alt bars tonight or not?
That's a great question. It's possible we'll have an alternate chaos. We may fight vanilla chaos. We won't know until after we fight these, Oh, and it looks like we didn't even have to fight, alternate, fiends. And we've got Garland, 8 Garlands and a chaos!
It looks like Dwight found the ruby. For an opal. For the opal Cheerio. Let's see, Chaos has got lit 2.
Garland's got slow. Oh no.
Let's see, Nuke comes out.
Nuke comes out, so all these Garlands should get cleared up pretty quick.
Yep.
Yep, that's every Garland gone. We get some Temper out.
It's
and a fast out.
And a
fade out. Now it's time to start swinging and tempering up that fighter. Throw some nuke because why not?
100 change, temper.
Love that good turn order. Fire 3, not gonna hurt too much considering we've got 3 ribbons on this party. 5 hits, 744 damage, not bad, but we can do better. Let's get some more temper out there. We're gonna throw out a heal 3 just to be safe. And Chaos hits once for 9. Oh my god, 1442 damage off those 5 hits. Heal 3 comes out to get rid of some of that chip damage Chaos Garland did to us. A couple more tempers, another nuke.
Another temper.
Swings, 4th hits, 1,000 damage. We are already well beyond Vanilla Chaos at this point. 266 more damage. Keep in mind, at 500%, Chaos could have up to, like 10,000 health?
I believe so. Vanilla is 2k, so... Yep, probably up to 10k.
Well, there's another 1,100, as we continue to throw out tempers and throw out nukes. Chaos with some damage poison. Bad news for the ninja, not so bad for everyone else who's equipped with ribbons.
Yeah, this is more just like it's not gonna affect him. It's not.
Throwing out Lock.
Bane!
Bane comes out, but doesn't kill anyone. Lucky. Another temper, another nuke. May as well keep throwing out those locks while we can. Last nuke. And a Cure 4 on the ninja, just because we can. No reason not.
Yep, locked 2. Catel's going down.
Damage, and that is it! Chaos is defeated! With an official SRL time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 3 seconds, MeleeWizard is your champion of this match. Get your GGs in chat for MeleeWizard.
And he's joining us right now in the booth. GG, Melee.
Ooh, that was that canoe placement. That was rude.
Yeah, it was even ruder for poor Dwight, who bought a bunch of gold bracelets and didn't buy the cube, then found out that progression was locked behind the cube.
Yeah, when I saw the cube, is like, and I knew where Mirage was. Like, oh no. My goodness, what kind of luck was that? Being able to walk all the way up to Sky 3 and then walk out. My goodness.
Yeah, there was a real hero run in that encounter table.
It was not just the encounter; it was the encounters themselves. I was afraid that I was going to come across something nasty that would wipe me out in an instant.
I gotta say, what'd you think of just all the different options and how things rolled overall?
Actually, there was a couple tweaks made to ensure that I initially made to ensure that the fetch quest stuff got randomized as well. But apparently that didn't go through. But it's not like it really made that much of a difference in the long run, though.
Oh, well. I mean, no. That is a flag that you had as to whether or not the fetch quest would be randomized or not.
Thing is, I actually talked with Dwight and made a tweak to actually turn that on instead of it being tri-state, but I guess that didn't change didn't get made to the higher ups, I guess. But oh well. In the long run, in this particular seed, it didn't really make that much of a difference.
So, around 2 hours 8 minutes, Dwight has lit their fourth orb, knows where Temple of Fiends is, and will be on their way to Chaos.
Yeah, I had to fight.
Chaos was for you. It'll be a
Yeah, it feels weird finding out where Temple of Fiends is by process of elimination.
Right. Reese Wolf in chat wants to tell you, MeleeWizard, that they are disappointed in you for not putting that Massive 5 on the Black Wizard.
Honestly, the thought didn't occur to me. I realize what my name is, but, in a race situation, you gotta do what's best to try to get things done as fast as you can.
I do have to ask, did you feel behind at all at any point in the season?
Only because the canoe was where it was. Honestly, no. Because I knew as deep as you had to go to just get out of the inner sea. I felt like I got stupid lucky just being able to go in, grab it, and get back out. And I figured if Dwight had any sort of issues, that gave me an advantage.
Yeah, and it's awfully funny that you had to spend so much time on that fetch chain, and it turns out he wasn't even required because Short Topher ended up happening.
I knew Short Topher was automatic on. I knew that. I mostly got the key because I was already there, and every little bit of experience helps, especially when you have to go through Warmech.
Very true. Very true. Though Warmech seemed to, he took you to the limit, but you didn't seem to be in, too much danger. Because that fighter was surviving, pretty much a darn bomb going off on his...
Yeah, thankfully Warmech wasn't hitting too hard.
Well, also, you had all of that massive plus opal gear.
Yes, that helps too. But I figured if Warmech had something nasty like all the nukes and the nuclears and such, I was kind of worried that I might have been under-leveled just on an HP standpoint, but thankfully that ended up not being the case.
Nope, yeah, you survived him pretty handily, and thankfully for your Black Mage having life too, you were able to get back up nice and easy.
I'll also point out that Dwight is on Chaos. It's already done a bit of damage, and will probably be finishing up real soon.
So he has lost a red mage and a black mage.
Bane. It's basically Bane and physical damage.
What party did Dwight end up using?
2 red mages and a black and a fighter.
Okay. The main reason why I went fighter thief instead of maybe fighter red was that in some of the other seeds that I've had, where sometimes you'll have good gear for a knight, sometimes you'll have good gear for a ninja. Like in one of my other seeds on this flag set, I ended up having a Masa -5 and a Vorpal, and not a Vorpal, a Katana +4, which kind of made it easy which one was going to be doing the damage.
And with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 46 seconds, DwightDesotelle has finished Chaos. Get your GGs out for...
And might be joining us in a minute.
Oh, dang, that was pretty close, wasn't it? Well, I guess since we'd already full cleared all of Sky, just to get anywhere, I guess knocking out Sky and then heading to Topher wouldn't take too long.
Nope, not at all. And I think he actually cleared Sky well before you did. I believe Earth was his last dungeon.
Well, I meant full cleared all the treasure, I meant.
Yeah, that's true, but he was able to go mode Earth a little bit more than you did.
Well, I was kind of under the thought that maybe the Ruby would end up being vanilla, with Sarda having the rod. Once I figured out the fetch chain items were kind of vanilla. So that's kind of why I went into Earth when I did, and then when I saw the rod in the ruby chest, it's like, yep, this was a good idea.
Yeah, I also don't think you had found your ribbons yet, whereas Dwight already had at that point, so his gear situation was a little...
Yeah. Yeah, of course, seeing those ribbons +5, well, that was like, yes!
And we are
and
now
we're going
joined by
AY.
Dwight. GG, Dwight.
Thank you. GG's, Melee. That was really fun. I had a good time.
It was certainly kind of a puzzle figuring things out in the early game, and then luck kind of took over at that in trying to get the canoe.
Yeah, when I realized that I was gonna have to clear sky before I could go anywhere else, I was like, oh no. I was like, all right, when I get in, when I find the canoe, I'm just gonna leave. And I found it, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna go check the other boxes really quick just in case, because I found the other 3 helm, which is really good because I needed it because the party I picked was real bad.
The lit 3 helmets were a godsend. Those were so good.
Again, you wish it was a nuke stick, but it's not.
It worked, and I thought about it. I sat and paused for a second when I was in the sky, because I was like, am I just going to go try to kill Tiamat? I don't think I had some okay levels, and then when I found out War Mech was required, I was like, I'm glad I chickened out.
Yeah, I knew War Mech was required, so that's why I didn't even consider it. It's like, no, it's like, I'm here, I've gained like 4 levels across the board since I got here, I'm leaving now.
What party did you run?
Fighter Thief, White Black.
I ran
Basically,
Fighter Red,
not
Red, Black, and when my Black Mage died in the early game, I did not res her for forever because she just couldn't do anything until I found Provoca in Life 2, and then I was like, alright, back up you go.
It feels weird actually having Life 2 on the Ninja, but that's what mixed spellbooks do for you. You kind of have to do some more mental gymnastics on some of that stuff.
Yep, I definitely stumbled at the beginning trying to buy like spells, and I couldn't because I was like, that's a black magic spell. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the white magic shop. Never mind, it won't work.
I mean, at least it was better than what we had to deal with spellcrafting yesterday. To see that showed that off.
Yeah, I've never actually played around with that. I should do that sometime.
Just ping 158 and you'll probably be able to get the entire FAQ on that one.
I think I've seen the FAQ. I've looked that over a bit. I should. But one thing that really concerned me going through Sky was that Blue D trap tiled the pack of Wizard Sahags, because the first couple times through there, I want to say I got ambushed, and that made me worry that it was kind of ambush heavy. And at the levels I was at, the gear that I had, I was worried about my party surviving that.
I was more worried about the big eyes with thunder. That's what almost killed me twice, and almost killed me on the way out of Sky.
Big eyes? I never even saw them.
Yeah, I ran into them multiple. They were unrunnable too. Unrunnable with thunder. If I didn't have the Lit 3 helm, I wouldn't have made it through. So
Yeah, you also didn't almost get wiped by the pirates like Melee did, because pirates had nuke.
Yes, they did.
Oh, I used the fire 2-stick, and I killed him in the first round, so I didn't even see him. Ooh.
Well, yeah, I had the Lit 3 helmet by then, so it was killing him in one round wasn't an issue. It was just like, yep, hello, unsafe pirates, how are you doing today?
And what's funny is I basically was at the time saying, oh yeah, you can have pirates with nuke, yada yada yada, and it's like, pirates had nuke. So sorry about that.
How long until you found the rod, Melee?
It wasn't really that bad, because I want to say I had checked Marsh. And I think from there I went up to check Onrak, went into the... I think maybe that was when I was making the rounds trying to hunt down Bahamut, which thankfully didn't take too long. Yeah, then I went to check Marsh Cave, I think. And I think from there I went into Earth, thinking that maybe the ruby would be in its vanilla chest. And it turns out to be even better.
Right, I tracked down all the fetch quests until I dipped Earth because I went and checked Sarda, and Sarda didn't give me an item, so I was like, well, I gotta kill the vampire.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I guess if Sarda has the rod, I lose. And, well, Sarda didn't I don't even know what Sarda had because I never went and checked.
I didn't either. And by process of elimination, I knew that Crescent Lake was in Lefane, and I didn't want to check that yet because I didn't know if Early Sages was on for this seed. So I figured, see what I can do in Earth. If I find the ruby or the rod or something, cool. And that ended up being the case.
Yeah, that was definitely ended up being a real good play because I just ended up going to Crescent Lake anyway, because I was like, well, I've already promoted, so I can get the spells there if the spells are good. Because I don't think I had went and dug up everything that I would have liked to had. So I was like, well, I can check the spells and see if they got. I don't think I had found pro rings at that point either, or I didn't remember where they were, one of the two. And so I ended up, and then that ended up being a bust. They had a ribbon, which was good, but
yeah. I ended up going to Crescent Lake regardless, just because A, I hadn't seen pro rings in the shops. B, I hadn't seen Cure 4 magic. That's where that ended up being. Plus the ribbon that was my first ribbon, I believe, so that was nice.
I ended up not needing the spells because Topher was really, really, really easy, and Chaos had a lot of HP, but that was about it. So,
yeah, thankfully, I want to say I was around level 24-ish or something, going into Topher. So I was a little worried about my levels because who knows what Chaos might be packing. Not to mention that the Fiend tiles in Short Topher were a 50-50, so who knows if I would have had to go through Kraken 2 or TM at 2 or something like that.
Yep, I was prepared to try to fight him. Plus, I had already lost, so I was like, well, I'm just going to give it a run right now and see what happens, and then I ended up clearing it out, so.
And of course, one of my third ribbon ended up being in Topher.
Yep, mine too. Yep, I found a third ribbon there too. That was pretty good.
Although, if anything, Warmech and Chaos, they were kind of beefy on the HP front, which was kind of the intent.
Yeah, Warmech, I almost wiped to Warmech. It punched down Warmech quickly punched down 2 of my mages, but luckily my fighter with the Masmin +5, as if that sword didn't need any help being any better, but certainly
we'll take it.
It was nice. We'll take it.
I was kind of hoping to find a katana or something for the ninja. He was rocking the Ice 3 defense sword.
Yeah, I was happy when I found that too. When I went and I found the castle, I was like, I'm just gonna run up here and check King, and gave me the Ice 3 sword. I was like, well, it wasn't the progression I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Free AoEs in this kind of seed. Though it felt weird having White Wizard having Fade and Nuke. I think he also had Warp and Exit, both on the White Magic side, I want to say.
Yeah, White Mage was good. I feel like this seed. White Mage is real good.
Yeah, but the Black Mage was still able to do Fast and Timber, so that was still valuable there.
Plus Light too.
Yeah. Actually, the Red Mage wasn't actually so bad once I found Provoca. The problem was I didn't find Provoca for a while.
Well, we had to go through the whole. We had to go to dig out all of Sky before we could even get there in the first place.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I was like an hour in and I hadn't left the Inner Sea yet. I was like, well, it's an hour. I haven't left yet.
If anything, the Randomizer, the random enemy groupings, that might have been to our benefit. Because if we were seeing some of the stuff that's normally in Sky and whatnot, who knows if we would have had if it would have been better or worse.
That's true. When you finished, I thought you were a mile ahead of me, but only 5 or 6 minutes. I think 7 minutes is how far ahead you were. That wasn't too bad. It's closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, I
Only
ended up
a 5.5
finishing like the quest chain for the key, which I really didn't need to do, but I mostly did it for the extra experience in the end.
I did that too. I finished the quest chain for the key. So
It wasn't until I had gotten the herb from Matoya and I realized I hadn't found Elfin Castle yet that I realized, oh, right, okay, that chain's vanilla then. Okay.
Oh, you're right. I didn't realize that. That chain was vanilla.
And that's what made me realize that Lefane was going to have the chime, and that kind of made me think that Sarda might have the rod, which made me wonder. I don't think. Did you ever find the ruby?
I found the ruby, but I can't remember where it was.
It was just in some random loose chest.
Yeah, it was. It might have been in Sea Shrine.
No, I full cleared Sea Shrine.
Okay.
Ruby
was
with
just-
Princess Sarah, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The Temple of Fiends was literally the last place I found, so I never even bothered.
Well, I knew by process of elimination that ordeals had to be Temple of
Yeah.
Fiends, because I was avoiding ordeals as long as possible because I was having a hard time. I felt like the long run on the encounter table was like 6 resets in or something like that, and yes, I didn't want to take all the encounters, so I avoided ordeals for as long as possible, which ended up being not so bad because, well, I could have done it last. Could have went and killed Garland and then just went right into Topher, but
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
All right, well, that was an awesome race. Thanks so much for doing it. Do you have any final thoughts on it?
It feels neat doing these oddball flags that you don't normally see in like tournament play-ins. So it's definitely a neat experience, both for us and for the people watching, no doubt.
Oh, it was an absolute blast.
yeah, I had a really great time too. 10 out of 10 would do again. Thanks for coming up. Melee came up with these flags. He picked them out, so they were real fun. It was,
I saw these flags and knew I had to jump on commentating it, so...
So, GG's guys, and thanks to the people that did commentary. Thanks to the people tracking and the restreamers that made the broadcast possible. I hope people enjoyed watching us play. It was a blast. Thanks for having me.
And for the love of God, follow our runners, follow our trackers, follow your commentators, follow Speed Game.
The one last thought: Zero Forced.
Yeah, Zero Forced.
Because like all 4 party members were 50-50 forced or non-forced, and we kind of got that 20. Well, it wasn't even 20%. It was what, 1 out of 8 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I'm not gonna do math on Twitch.
Yeah, I should
Definitely
know
not
better than to do
percentages.
Yeah, no math on Twitch, but yeah, it's like 1 in 8, right? Because it's 4 coin flips.
that.
So.
Yeah.
1/16th, according to One Fine Day, who I
Oh,
trust
yeah.
more than myself to do math.
Oh, yep, I forgot the last 2.
Yeah.
1 fine day is correct. So, I'm kind of glad it wasn't 4 force, because, like, imagine if they stuck us with, like, 2 thieves. It would have been rough trying to get through Sky early.
Kinda, yeah. Though, considering that we were kind of relying on spell items for a while.
That's true. That's true. We were relying on spell items for quite a long... At least I was for almost the whole time.
Although, having to do the endgame relying on either the defense sword or was it the -1 Vorpal or whatever the heck it was, that probably wouldn't have gone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the minus something Vorpals. Who knows? That probably wouldn't have gone as well. Although we did have the Masa, so you always have that.
Yeah, unless one of us skipped ice, but I just didn't. I just did it when I was there. So, but all right, I'm gonna head out for the night. GG's everybody. Thanks to Dr. Funkin. Is that how I say it? I hope it's
It
okay.
sure is,
Jonathan,
that's correct.
Jonathan Yossi and